Welcome, everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into a really fascinating bit of hobby history. We're talking the golden age of radio-controlled cars. Think late 70s, early 80s.
Right. And specifically that rivalry between the two Japanese giants, Kyosho and Tamiya.
Exactly. And our sources, well, they point to this interesting paradox right away. Kyosho, they were the pioneers, no question. They made Japan's first RC car, the DAS H1, way back in 1970.
1970, that's a full 6 years before Tamiya even dipped their toes in the water.
6 years is a long time in tech development.
It's huge. And Kyosho's whole foundation,
Hmm.
it was pure engineering. They weren't messing around. They developed these really sophisticated race-winning buggies, the Scorpion, the Optima later on.
Ah, the classics.
Yeah, packed with proper aluminum parts, advanced suspension, stuff designed by racers, really for racers, serious machines.
Okay, so they had the tech, they had the head start, but somehow Tamiya ended up being the name everyone remembers, the one with that cultural resonance.
Yeah. That's the puzzle, isn't it? That's what we want to unpack for you today. How did Tamiya, who came from making detailed static plastic models.
Right. Their motto was first in quality around the world for those kits.
Exactly. How did they manage to capture the soul of the RC hobby for so many people? It wasn't just about the car.
It was the experience.
It was the whole experience they sold.
Okay, so let's talk about Tamiya's entry then. They arrive in 76, and their first big splash is the Porsche 934 Turbo RSR.
An absolute icon. And the story goes, showing their dedication to scale accuracy right from the start. They actually dismantled a real Porsche 911 just to measure it up.
Seriously, a whole 911.
That's the legend. Whether it's entirely true or not, it shows the mindset. Scale realism was key.
Okay, dedication. Then came the buggies in 79, the SRB series.
The special racing buggies, Rough Rider, Sandscorcher, legendary stuff. Again, blending that scale realism, they look like actual VW-based Baja racers, but they're also rugged, buildable model.
Right, you built them yourself. That was a huge part of it.
Oh, absolutely. But maybe the real masterstroke, the thing that opened the floodgates, was their move in the mid-'80s.
The plastic kits.
Yeah, the cheaper, more durable plastic tub chassis kits. The Frog, the Grasshopper, the Hornet. Suddenly, RC wasn't just for hardcore racers or people with deep pockets.
It made it accessible. Suddenly kids could actually afford them and build them.
Millions of them.
Yeah.
So how did they do it? Why did Tamiya connect when Kyosho, arguably, had the better performing cars early on?
Well, you mentioned Kyosho focused on performance competition.
Right, and their marketing reflected that. You look at Kyosho boxes from that era, often it's studio photography. Very technical, highlighting the metal parts, the engineering.
Show out the hardware?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the builds themselves could be pretty demanding. You often needed some real mechanical skill, maybe specific tools.
Okay, so Tamiya's approach was different.
Completely different. Think about seeing a Tamiya box on a hobby shop shelf back then. It wasn't just a photo.
It was that artwork.
That amazing, evocative, hand-drawn artwork. It sold a dream, Adventure, speed, freedom. It told a story before you even opened the box.
So it's grabbing you emotionally, not just technically.
Precisely. And then you open the box. Everything was packaged so carefully. Parts in clear bags, often labeled for each step.
Oh, yeah. The blister packs.
The blister packs.
Yeah.
And the instruction manuals. They were works of art themselves.
So clear. Mostly pictures, right? Step-by-step visuals.
Painted almost like building Lego, but way cooler because they had a motor and you could drive it afterwards. Even a kid could follow along and feel that satisfaction of building something complex.
So Tamiya wasn't just selling an RC car kit.
No, they were selling the entire hobby experience. The anticipation for the box art, the joy and satisfaction of the build itself, the clear instructions removing frustration.
And then the fun of actually driving it. Not necessarily racing, just
bashing, as we call it. Driving it in the yard, at the park, making jumps. Pure fun. That immediate payoff after the build.
Right, so Kyosho catered more to the serious racer, the expert mechanic, maybe?
You could say that. They built world-class racing machines, no doubt. They earned huge respect on the track, won championships. But
Tamiya built the memories.
Tamiya built the memories, the nostalgia. For millions of people, that experience, the Tamiya experience, was the RC hobby. They understood the soul wasn't just about crossing the finish line first.
That's a really powerful way to put it. So pulling back, what's the takeaway here for you thinking about this rivalry?
It's a fantastic reminder, I think, that in any competitive field, technical superiority or, winning the race isn't always the whole story. Sometimes, maybe often.
Capturing hearts and minds matters more.
Exactly. Selling that dream, creating that identity, offering a truly engaging, enjoyable experience from the moment you see the product, that can be the real triumph. Tamiya sold the joy.
Which leads us to a final thought for you listening. Thinking about your own passions, what really defines the soul of your favorite hobby? Is it the competition, the tech, the community, the experience? Something to ponder.